Okay, so today's video is going to be a little bit different, and I'm just going to refer a while, and we're going to see where this takes me. But I've noticed, especially this year, especially since the beginning of the pandemic, it seems like with people being a little bit more uncertain about where the economy is going, I have noticed within my business, at least, an increase in what I consider to be refund fraud or abuse of my guarantee policy, of my generous guarantee policy, where I'm happy to give your money back if you don't get the value out of it. And what I've been noticing is that it's not that people are unhappy with the training. It's that if my guarantee policy lasts for a month, they'll spend the first 3.5 weeks completely using all of the training that they can. And immediately after that, they'll cancel and they'll ask for a refund. And I actually had one guy who was so audacious as to try to do this twice in a row. The first time, when it was still pretty early in this pattern that I'm noticing, I wasn't paying as much attention. So he just got the straight refund. And then the second one came through and it came to my attention, and I said, something's up here. And so I've been getting much more strict in how I respond to that, not necessarily refusing a refund, because ultimately, like at this point in my business right now, I still have that policy in place. And if you're placing an order, the guarantee is in place that throughout your first month, you can cancel and ask for a refund and you'll get your money back. However, I have started very strongly implementing some behind the scenes policies that are designed to crack down on this. And I had a really interesting experience today with regards to this, and actually somebody that ended up changing his mind about asking for a refund. And I thought I would share that story, but the story actually starts yesterday because I was having a conversation with another marketer, and he was telling me about his anti-refund policy. Basically, how when you were making a purchase from his business, he was making you click a box that says, I agree to be a good customer. I agree that there are no refunds because people abuse those policies. And if I'm buying this because I have every intent of like sucking every last bit of value out of it. And he said, ultimately, if it avoids me the headache of dealing with those customers who are just trying to abuse me, just trying to get my stuff for free, I'm happy to have less customers and grow slower. And then he pointed out that people like Ben Settle have railed on this for years, and Ben doesn't allow anybody a refund. You can cancel it anytime. You're under no further obligation, but he won't refund you your money. And, to some degree, I get it. I get it because people, the moment somebody abuses your trust and acts with that lack of integrity, to me, like that is such a frustrating moment. And I want to just reach through the internet and strangle them. I really do. But I actually had a very different experience today where earlier I absolutely wanted to reach through the internet and strangle this guy. And by the time all was said and done, he was actually grateful that I called him out on it. And I'm honestly grateful to him because it caused me to get over that hump of inaction, of not implementing the anti-refund policy at the level where I felt comfortable with it, that I'd been wanting to do for a while. So he got me to actually take action on getting even stricter on refunds. And perhaps at some point in the near future, if people are still abusing this, I will just refuse refunds. I will cancel my guarantee. I won't allow anybody. It's like, if you're in, you're in. And if you got a problem with that, like, don't buy, right? And honestly, like for me, that's how I make my decisions, because I have the self-respect that if I'm going to like dive into somebody's product, if I'm going to invest in somebody's product, I'm not going to try and get a refund. I've asked for refunds on things. I've asked for refunds where the product or service did not live up to the promise. And honestly, I was frustrated this year when I asked for a refund on plane tickets and United wouldn't give it to me because we booked some flights to New York City right before the pandemic blew up. And in that situation, like, I do think that it would have been the right thing for United to do to give me the refund. What they've decided to do instead is allow me to rebook, which was not actually in the situation, or it wasn't in the agreement when I signed up for the tickets. They've extended their rebooking policy, so they're trying to do the right thing. But in this particular case, this is somebody who I had seen who they asked for a refund today, and I looked at their usage history, that sort of stuff. It's a really quick search that I'm able to do. And he definitely used a lot of the training. And so I'm going to avoid the specifics here and try to take out some identifying names here. But the guy says, "Hi, Roy. I had to cancel the subscription for a pure selfish reason. Blank and blank's event is happening, let's say, next month. This is where I have a chance to interact directly with some of the industry stalwarts and hopefully land a few high-paying clients, fingers crossed. The entry fee is about $1,500 per attendee. I'm still short about $300. So once I get a refund from you, I can use this money toward the event. I still have to figure out how I can arrange an extra $200 so I can afford to buy a ticket. I'm working on it. Nothing wrong with your course. I just didn't know what else to do. Sorry." Really? So I turn around and I tell him directly. I try to be caring and loving and understanding and all of that in my business dealings, because that's what I would want you to do if our roles were reversed. But ultimately, sometimes loving means tough love, and it means holding the line and holding the boundary. And so I said, "I don't think you really want a refund. I will forward this email to blank and blank, and you will not be allowed to register, or they will kick you out after you have. Nobody likes a customer who refunds, not because of the quality of the product, but because they just come up with another place to use the money. Yes, I know them, blank at least, and blank has worked with somebody that I've trained. So the two people I have connections to. I will also submit a block through Stripe, the payment processor, which is a total ban from buying from me again and may potentially prevent you from buying from other sites. Someone who refunds for this reason is unethical and an untrustworthy customer. Not only that, the universe tends to treat you the way you treat others, and taking a refund for this reason will cause you to attract similarly unethical and untrustworthy customers. All of that said, are you sure you want me to refund? I have a guarantee policy in place for now and will honor it if you confirm that you still want it in light of the above. Or just go out there and make an offer to get the money. Go earn it." And I put "earn" in all caps. "You have already been given the tools you need in the client getting blueprint and the other training you've already watched. Yes, my system tracks that. You've already accessed dozens of lessons through the catalog. P.S. If you choose not to refund, you will not be charged again. You canceled your subscription and you will continue to have access through September 8th, the end of your current subscription period." So the guy didn't like that, at first at least. He says, "Roy, please see this email below. If you still feel I lied to you, then tell me and I will contact blank and tell him that Roy Furr feels I should not deserve to be a part of their upcoming event. And then if that person feels I should not attend it and miss my life's best chance to become a well-fed copywriter soon, then so be it. Yes, I've seen your course and followed a lot because I wanted to land one client ASAP, but suddenly I came to know about Stefan's event and I had to do whatever it takes to attend this event. If you want me to continue inside BTMS Insiders, I can do that. Let me know if that's what you want." And then he actually forwarded a back and forth with one of the people. And I turned around and I said, "I don't believe you've lied to me. And I'm not trying to keep you as a customer or bring you back as a subscriber. I just believe that you have a terrible reason for asking for your money back. It's not that you're not satisfied with the training itself or that I actually delivered value. It's that you're taking advantage of my refund policy so you can spend your money elsewhere. I want you to make a decision that you are proud of, that you believe reflects your integrity as a human being, and the decision you would want me to make if our decisions were reversed. It should be our roles were reversed. Please tell me, do you want a refund? Yes or no? Or put another way, what decision?" One of the things I'll note here is that in his email between him and this other guy, he actually talked about his wife looking over the shoulder, unsure about him spending this much money. And so I added, or put another way, what decision would your wife respect you as a good man and her a good husband for? Cuts pretty deep. And like, honestly, this was just me feeling like, if you do this, if you go through life making this decision over and over again, what sense of pride can you have in yourself for doing that? And like, what message are you sending to the world? And at this point, like, to me, it wasn't even about the $97. I'll give him the $97 back. It won't make a difference in my lifestyle. It's not that. It's just that I don't like this, that I feel like is childish and irresponsible and completely, it's not even selfish behavior. It's like destructively selfish behavior, destructive for everybody around. So I left him with that. I want you to make a decision that you're proud of, that you believe reflects your integrity as a human being, and the decision that you would want me to make if our decision were reversed. Or put another way, what decision would your wife respect you as a good man and her good husband for? And he says, Roy, I don't want a refund. I want to continue it for as long as I can afford to. You made me question my own integrity. At first, I hated your response because I was like, Roy is angry because I told him the truth? Really? But then I realized how much of your training I've consumed and learned from in the last 2 weeks. I should not have asked for a refund. I also don't expect you to forgive me. Newbie mistake, lesson learned. Now I'm really thinking hard about this event. Should I deserve to be a part of the event? Am I an ethical person or full of shit? If you feel I should not attend this event, then I will not go. And I mean it. I followed you for the last 2 years. And if you feel I first need to work on my integrity, no event will help me become a better person. It has to come from inside. I completely agree with that. It has to come from inside. And then he said, Roy, I want my wife to feel proud of me. I want her to remember me for my integrity when I'm long gone, but within 5 minutes, you forced me to look inside and see the kind of person I've really become. At least I'm not as honest now as I thought I was. I'm really ashamed of what I did. And by the way, we've all been there. You'll see in a minute what my response to that was. All I was thinking about was saving $97. Maybe I could have told myself, hey, get a few more clients and $97 will look like chump change, especially for the kind of value Roy is providing on a daily basis. I'll check your mindset course tomorrow. And if needed, watch it again and again. I now have to work on something else. Again, I don't want a refund. And then here I told him, if you can find a way to afford it, you should go. I believe they offer a ton of value. Find a way to make an offer to a client that will make it pay off, maybe even before the event. That's one of the most powerful motivators there is. There is no failure. There's only learning and success. What just happened was a learning opportunity and does not reflect who you are at the core. It reflects the fact that you had a bad behavior, probably modeled off someone who didn't know better and didn't get or listen to this feedback. Behavior can change. Ultimately, you choose if you're going to repeat this. If you have a reason out of integrity to ask for a refund, ask for it. If you don't. But always question if it's a decision you'd be proud of if you made it 1,000 times, and if it's a decision that would create the kind of reputation you want your life to create. Regret the behavior and use that as fuel for change, but you don't need to feel shame for who you are. Honor and value yourself by choosing behavior tomorrow that reflects what you learned today. And then I tell him I tell him, because he's canceled his subscription, he won't be billed again and his access will stop on September 8th, like I said, and that he could use it as much as he'd like until then. And then I said, maybe if you invest in this other thing, you can take a month or two off after that. The timing is good. Then come back when you're ready. In the meantime, consider yourself forgiven because I believe you've learned the lesson and will use it in your life going forward. And honestly, this was worth way more to your life than that $97 with a smiley face. And then that's where he told me, like, Roy, feel free to email your list about this in one of your future emails. It can save someone he says it can save someone from making a similar mistake in the future. I will not mind if I get that email from you. And he goes on and he says a lot more. He does say he can't put a price on this lesson. I taught him something priceless and it's worth way more than that $1,500 as well. And I said, thank you, sir. Take a deep breath. We're good. And then I basically told him I was going to use it. And yeah. So this is like the best case scenario. This guy approached me and he wanted a refund and he was going to commit basically what I said, what I call refund fraud. And it's certainly abuse of the guarantee policy. The satisfaction guarantee, money back guarantee, it is really meant for if you feel like you've been misled or you are for some reason not able to get the value promised out of a product or service, it is not meant for you to be able to use that product or service as much as you'd like during the guarantee period and return it. And so as of today, I actually added a terms of service to when you're placing an order with me. And the terms of service basically goes into detail about that we have policies in place to prevent this, and that you will be blacklisted, and that will make it so that like if we conduct an investigation and we decide, and it says it's a subjective decision on our part or on my part, we decide that you are abusing the guarantee policy, we're going to blacklist you so you can't buy from us anymore, which completely fair. And honestly, like if you suck as a customer, the customer is not always right. Like the customer is not always right. If you suck as a customer, I don't want you around. You can go somewhere else. You can be a terrible customer to somebody else. I want great customers who are people who I respect and look up to and who I'm proud to call customers. I don't want people using my stuff and going out and like doing the kind of behavior that if I were to do it wouldn't make me proud. So I blacklist people, and Stripe, my payment processor, actually has like they call it radar, which is meant to detect people who are committing fraud across multiple sites. And I'm not 100% sure, but being blacklisted by one or more merchants might contribute to your ability to buy things on over 1 million different websites that Stripe processes payment for. Plus, I'm happy to kick you off my email list and do everything in my power to prevent you from getting even my free content. And for right now, like this is my new policy, and I'm trying to walk the middle ground, because for the good I'm happy to give a refund if somebody is like legitimately just trying to get the best out of their money, and they feel like when they invest in my stuff, it's not the best. I know that my content is very good, and short of like, I had somebody basically tell me, I'm absolutely too much of a beginner to get value out of this today. Maybe I will later, but right now I can't. Okay, great. Like, click through a few lessons. You realize that, you let me know. Fine. You can have your money back. I'm happy to do that. And that's what the guarantee policy is for, right? And I want to walk that middle way. I want to take the middle way because I do believe in part of running an ethical business is to give people the opportunity to try something without risk or obligation. And it's not like the training gets used up if they try it or whatever, but and it can help you close the sales. And in fact, I felt frustrated in the past when I worked for a business where the guy basically refused to guarantee his products and services because I felt like he was not willing. There were many cases that came up where he was not willing to do right by the customer. And so there's definitely a middle ground or a middle path to walk that is not just this reactive, I won't give anybody refunds, and you're a terrible person if you ask for a refund, and you're a terrible person if you think I need to have a guarantee. And just getting walked all over. And neither of those truly represent who I am and the kind of like integrity that I want to have. And so for right now, I've chosen the path that makes me proud in selling things, to be able to say, listen, I stand behind the quality of my products with a complete money back guarantee. And if you are a good, honest, ethical customer, I actually call it the terms of service and good customer policy. And I understand that BTMS Insider's Breakthrough Marketing Secrets and Fresh Look Inc. have procedures in place to prevent. I agree to be a good, honest, and ethical customer. And so when you do business with me, I want you to be a good, honest, and ethical customer, like I want to be a good, honest, and ethical merchant for you. And I don't know, like this has been on my mind a lot actually since the pandemic began, because I noticed an uptick in the number of people asking for refunds, and not just the number of people asking for refunds, but the number of people asking for refunds just to exploit the policy, just to like get all the benefit and pay none of the price. And there's a saying, you can't have your cake and eat it too. And, at the very least, I'm going to call you out on it. And I'm going to do everything in my power to ding your ability to do business, like through your credit card. If you're abusing it, just like if I were abusing my doing credit card transactions, my capability, and I were getting chargebacks and stuff like that, what would happen is I would get dinged and potentially not be able to sell things as a merchant. The street goes both ways, and that's not always like how regulators want to play it and all that, but the street really does go both ways. It's everybody's responsibility to be good, honest, and ethical. That's the way that the world works. That's the way that markets work. That's the way that society actually functions. Is we have to be good, honest, and ethical towards each other. And fraud is unacceptable. And abuse of things like guarantee policies is unacceptable. At least it is for me going forward. So this has been a longer video, and it's been a very different video. My name is Roy Furr. This has been a video issue of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. If you want to learn more about Breakthrough Marketing Secrets, BTMS Insiders, and the training that I do offer, you can go to btmsinsiders.com. There's a link in the description. You pay one fee, you get access to all over 100 hours of training on all sorts of things, including that client getting blueprint. And yeah, you get to try it risk-free for the first month, as long as you don't abuse the policy. So check that out. The links are in the description. Also, let me know what kind of value you got out of this very different kind of video. I've been doing this thing where I'd like for you to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. How much value did you get out of it, and why? And what were your biggest takeaways, action items, insights, perspectives, whatever. So leave a comment below. Let me know. Click that like button before you go so you get more content like this delivered to you. Also, so the magical algorithms of the internet know to share this with more people like you. If you do know somebody who would like to get, who would get value out of watching this video, you can share it with them directly. And finally, subscribe. If you're not yet following me here, you can do that. You can also go to breakthroughmarketingsecrets.com, get my free daily emails, Monday through Friday, covering marketing, copywriting, business building, selling, and more, including videos, articles, etc. Again, I'm Roy Furr. This is a video issue of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Links are in the description for what we've been talking about here. And thank you. Thanks for watching. Again, I hope you've gotten a ton of value, and I look forward to seeing you again in your next video issue. I'll see you soon. Bye.